Okay, so we got kind of a long one here, so sorry about that. I know the algorithm likes when I keep them 30 seconds or less, but you guys might be wondering, where have the uploads gone? I am back in Florida. I finished my trip, had a great time, went to military museum, the Chenault Museum in Louisiana. One of my favorite museum stops, to be honest. If you're ever there, check it out. Can't talk today. Um, Went to Memphis, Tennessee, Birmingham, Alabama. I hit my stops as I was going, did my stuff. Ended it all with visiting some friends I hadn't seen in years while I was in Georgia, and that was just an amazing time for even with how short it was. But none of it made particularly good videos due to the fact that I had intermittent uploads due to quality of cell service and my upload speed at the time. I was always a few days behind on the uploads to where I actually was, which was fine. But that meant that when I got back, I had about 5 days worth of uploads left to do. And I got lazy. I didn't care. I had other things on my mind. I had to get back to work. But the trip's over. I've decided not to upload those last few videos because I don't think any of them were particularly worthwhile anyways. But for those of you who have followed this little TikTok of mine or subscribed to my YouTube because of these recent videos, I wanted to give a quick update. So, I am not going to be uploading more travel stuff for a while. I have a bunch of other projects I'm going to work on and that I've been wanting to work on for quite a while now that are of a different nature. Some are video essays, some are reviews, some are just creative videos that I've been wanting to try. This whole trip of mine was about getting perspective on my life again. I was healing from a lot of stuff. It was a big self-discovery, self-evaluation journey, and I got a lot out of it, and it was great. And honestly, if I could, I would just travel, live out of my van full-time. Unfortunately, I have 2 dogs with medical needs that prevent me from being able to do that right now, but I do plan to have more trips in the future. So I am planning to, within the next 2 years, to through boat the Mississippi, which will be about a 60-day journey, and I do plan to document that. I wish to hit every national park within the 48 contiguous United States because I think that'd be an interesting trip. And I also want to climb to the highest point in every state, which some states will be easier than others. And I am going to throw in a bonus climb for Mount Muslok because it defeated me on my last trip, and that is something I wish to conquer. So every state I'll climb to its highest point, plus Mount Muslok. And I plan to do all that starting in about 6 months from now. For now, I'm going to have to work and get my shit going so that way I can afford to do that, and I'm going to buy some better equipment. So there'll be much better videos this time and more interesting because now I'm doing it with the intent of also recording it as opposed to this trip, which was more about what I was doing for myself, and I was just recording things along the way for something to do. So if you came to, whether it be my YouTube or my TikTok for travel stuff, there will be more of that in the future. So you don't have to unfollow or unsubscribe. You can if you want. I'm not really going to care. But if that's something that you're interested in, there will be more of that. In the meantime of the next 6 months, you're not going to see anything like that. It's going to be a bunch of other stuff that I'm really into. I'm hoping to get a couple short animated videos up, depending on if I can get the animator I want to work with on a timetable that works for us. I am going to be pursuing a lot of my creative endeavors that I've been putting on hold. I'm going to get back into practicing music. I'm going to start practicing art again. I'm going to get back into editing and movie making. Like all the things I'm passionate about, I'm going to start doing again. And if any of them start to turn into something that's kind of interesting or cool, I'm going to be uploading it. So yeah, that's just the general update. thanks for joining me, those of you that have on the ride so far. If you ever get a chance to travel, I do highly, highly recommend it. Same with like all the stops I had along the way were great stops. Definitely worth doing. And yeah, it gave me a lot of perspective on where I'm going from here, which was what the point was. It wasn't a magical fix-all, but I didn't expect it to be. So yeah, that's it, I guess. So I will not likely be uploading for at least the next month, as I gotta get back ahead of bills again now that I'm back, which is fine. But I will start doing things again after that, and the hope is that within the next 6 months I'll be in a place to where I can go back to the travel stuff and kind of pepper that into. Yeah, that's it for now. So I'll see you all down the line, I guess.